What's good, y'all? Sixth Element of Hip Hop. I'm your host, Reno Noir. What's good? We got a great show tonight, man. Great show. We got a couple of uh, big rumors dispelled, debunked, and of course the Deadpool Wolverine trailer. We're gonna chop that all the fucking way up. Was that the okay? That might have been I might have jumped the gun there. I didn't mean to say that. But so we got Stu Dog May drop in from Brazil, or where he's at in Brazil, chilling with Blanca. Them. So if he can get the Wi-Fi from the hotel, he'll be chiming in. And then of course, I think Raw Talk will be showing up as well. But yeah, man, we got a great show tonight. And I got a couple of appetizers before we go to the main course. The main course, of course, is Deadpool and Wolverine, trailer, breakdown, and the Fantastic Four Silver Surfer debunking. We broke the news that I don't know. We broke the news. We talked about how they were casting a female to play Silver Surfer, and everybody was all up in arms and understandably upset, like what's going on? Like, come on, guys, seriously, and then we did the whole thing. And I had a sneaking suspicion. I had a suspicion that what they're gonna do here is they're gonna throw this little tidbit of news out just to stir the pot, just to get a rise, just for publicity, just for a publicity stunt, because they know that's gonna cause a huge stir, right, on social media. So I had a suspicion that they were going to do that and then be like, yeah, well, it's, Norrin Radd's in it too. So, and I think that's what's going on. So that's what we're going to talk about. Norrin Radd being in it as well as Shalla Bal. They're both going to be in it. And like I said, I suspected that since Shalla Bal is not alone when she's in the comics, she's with Norrin Radd in the comics. There is no just Shalla Bal as Silver Surfer comic. It's both of them or just Norrin Radd. So I hoped that's what they were doing, and it looks like that's what they're doing. So that's dessert. So our main course is Wolverine, Deadpool, Wolverine 2. 3, what? Deadpool and Wolverine trailer is the main course, and then we're gonna have Shalla Bal and Silver Surfer for dinner. But the appetizers, while we wait on our guests, we've got some good news and some very, very good news if you're a fan of Shang-Chi, martial arts, and all that good shit. Because Shang-Chi star Simu Liu promises that a sequel is happening despite no update from Marvel in 3 years. So if you were thinking about Shang-Chi, like I know everybody is, a sequel to the Legend of the Ten Rings is still on the way, says Simu Liu. He's the actor that plays Shang-Chi. Took the threads upon to respond to a fan about Marvel's lack of news on the sequel. The fan said, "I feel like Marvel has abandoned the Shang-Chi fan base. There has been no effort by the studio to get a sequel filming or to even include the character in other films. Frustrating as hell," a Marvel fan wrote. And Lou quickly replied. He said, "I promise it's happening," with a bunch of O's and a couple of S's. So he promises that it is still happening. The 2021 film Shang-Chi starred Liu, the martial arts master who is forced to confront his past that he thought he left behind when he becomes involved with the mysterious Ten Rings organization. And the sequel was announced back in December of 2021 with director Destin Daniel Cretton entering into a multi-year overall deal with Disney. But we haven't received another update since. Shang-Chi also hasn't appeared in any other MCU movies or shows. And following the response to the sequel update, update. Liu took to threads to respond. He said, really floored by all of the fan support for our little superhero movie that changed the world. It's an honor of a lifetime to entertain you guys. Thank you for tuning in, and I can't wait to get back to making more. You guys can catch Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings on Disney Plus, and keep waiting for that sequel. And speaking of, well, I guess it's not really speaking of Shang-Chi in any way. I don't know why I said that, but Street Fighter has a another live action movie. They're doing that again. I remember the Van Damme one with much cringe, with much I don't know what. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to talk about it. It was bad. But I've been fiending always for a good one, for a new one, for them to do it right, do it again, do it right. You know what I mean? Because Street Fighter's a great franchise. You do Mortal Kombat, you got to do Street Fighter. Street Fighter's got a fucking cool story, dude. It's a badass story. It's not quite as convoluted and supernatural as a Mortal Kombat, but it's like a movie. You know what I mean? It's like cinema. Street Fighter, one of the most iconic franchises in the world of video games, and has been brought to the world of cinema before. But the campy Jean-Claude Van Damme action movie failed to replicate the energy of the game, or the franchise. And since then, adaptations of video games have proven to be a deep well of shit and poo. No, they're very inspiring to filmmakers. Like Mortal Kombat, Super Mario Brothers movie. These are great examples of how a adaptation can work, because they worked. Well, Super Mario's especially. Mario was phenomenal. Mortal Kombat, it was decent. It was a lot more acceptable than the last one. But Street Fighter focuses on this global fighting tournament that draws in the attention of several contrasting and colorful, characters from around the world. It's a very comic book and very Enter the Dragon, very, classic. There's a tournament and all the top guys got to come, Bloodsport, Kumite, all that. And some are there for altruistic reasons, and others seek the fame and the glory and the money. But a lot of them are on revenge quests, potentially turning into the franchise's most iconic heroes, into their most dangerous threats. And especially in the light of Mortal Kombat cinematic return, I think the time is right for a new string of, or at least one new Street Fighter movie, to give it a shot, a little reboot. And I think there's a pretty cool casting that I would like to share while we chill and kick it and enjoy the appetizers of the meal. What the fuck am I talking about? Here, check it out, y'all. So this is a list made by whomever made it, but I skimmed it and it's pretty cool. I definitely like the Ryu casting. My boy from the Bruce Lee movie, the Bruce Lee show Warrior, and I call it the Bruce Lee show because Bruce Lee wrote it. It's the actual show that ended up becoming Kung Fu by David Carradine, or with David Carradine, but nothing like Lee's original idea. So the original script, the real show called Warrior, they went ahead and made it, and it's really good. And this guy right here, Andrew Koji, is the lead. Plays Assam, the character that Bruce Lee would have played in his joint. And yeah, casting him as Ryu, yeah. Ryu's not Ryu's a bit, no, I'm not gonna say Ryu's bigger. The Street Fighter art style is a bulky art style. Everyone in that game is wide. It's almost like a Rob Liefeld style, right? Everyone's wide. So it doesn't really reflect how the actor has to look. But definitely he's got the chops. And what else? Who they got? They got Glenn Palace Ken. I couldn't care less about that casting. I think you could do better. Gemma Nguyen, Chun-Li. She's already played Chun-Li in the past, so no brainer. She killed it, so let's let her kill it again. There she is. It's Chun-Li. And Chun-Li, one of the most iconic Street Fighter characters. It says Chun-Li is a Chinese Interpol agent who joined the agency as a means of hunting down Shadaloo. The villainous group led by M. Bison is one of the Street Fighters franchise's most dangerous organizations, and Bison personally killed Chun-Li's father. Okay, raw talk on the way, picking up the wife. All right. Guile, Alan Richson. So Guile, maybe even Ken Alan Richson. Guile is the that Guile's perfect. Guile's perfect. Ken needs an actor of this caliber, though, I will say, because the guy they picked, who was that? Why would they pick him for Ken? I'm not sure. But this guy, yes, definitely Guile. That works. That works great. Hell yeah. Oh shit. Zang. Hell yeah. Bruh. Half poor Julius Bjornsson. Hafdor. So this guy played the Mountain in Game of Thrones, and he is a massive human being. You have no idea. Look, there he is next to another. There he is next to Mandalorian. That's the guy who plays Mandalorian. Look how small. And Zangief, perfect character, dude. Perfect casting right there, bro. Now I don't know if he's down, if he's in. I'm sure he'd be down. There he is. That's Zangief, bro. That's Zangief. What's that? Dalsim. Ram Charan. Now here's a casting that I was not even gonna take a stab at. I don't know how to cast Dalsim unless I go straight to Bollywood. And looks like that's what they've done here. Perfect. I don't know who that actor is. Ram Charan. I'm sure he's like the fucking Tom Cruise of or the Van Damme or whatever of India. But I mean, he looks the part. Shave his head, bald. I mean, what are you gonna do? It's Dalsim. Yoga fire. Yoga flame. So what do we got next? I'm looking for Sagat. That's my guy. Blanca. Roman Reigns. Why Roman Reigns? I don't know. Shout out to Blanca, the Brazilian creature. There he is. Woo! I don't know why I made that sound. It says one of Street Fighter's most distinct fighters, Blanca spent most of his life in the rainforest of Brazil after a plane crash. Growing up a feral fighter, the animalistic Blanca steadily proves a surprisingly goofy and sweet-natured character who makes friends and discovers his surviving family in the process. Blanca is an almost entirely physical role, with the character living having little actual dialogue. With that in mind, a truly physical performance would be necessary to bring Blanca to the big screen. In that case, they need a wrestler, and this is a wrestler. So yeah, that works. Yeah, a wrestler for Blanca, absolutely, because they've got to be a very physical actor, and that's what wrestlers are. Let's be honest, they're actors. They're just massive. Reigns has showcased his physical skills in the ring and on the big screen, making him an ideal performer to approach the physically inherited character. Yeah, man. Cammy, Jessica Henwick. No, sir. I believe Cammy is Caucasian. Can we not race swap in a game that has people from different countries all over the world? A movie, the point of the characters is that there's characters from all over the place. So yes, unfortunately, guys, there will have to be a Caucasian character. I'm sorry, I know, but yes, there will have to be Caucasian actors cast. I'm sorry. So no, there's plenty of characters that could play Cammy. This is a great actress, though. She's dope in Iron Fist, and I would love to see her play a dope Asian character, Chun-Li. That'd be dope. But even I think we already cast Chun-Li, so there's other characters though, but I think she could sit this one out. We cast Cammy with someone else. Akuma, Salah Baker. Akuma, yeah, that works. That fucking works. That works. That could work. That could definitely work. Gukin's vicious brother Akuma is one of the most deadly characters in Street Fighter series. My favorite character. Unlike his brother, who embraced the more humane approach to the art of combat, Akuma fully embraced the murderous intent found in Satsui no Hado, and eventually killed him. Akuma now travels the world in search of a worthy opponent to test his skill against, often seeking to corrupt Ryu as well. Akuma is one of the most iconic villains of Street Fighter. Deserves to showcase any prospective film adaptation of the game series. They definitely left him out of the first movie. He wasn't. Wouldn't expect him in that, but definitely now. They definitely now. M. Bison, Jorma, Tamila. You know who I wanted? I wanted Mads Mikkelsen. But you know who else would make a dope Bison? You know who would make a dope Bison? What's that dude's name? I do not know his name, but he's been in a bunch of shit. That doesn't help you at all. Okay. Moving on. Yeah, no, it's Jorma Tamila. Don't know much about him, but I recognize him. This movie was dope. I will tell you that. This movie that they're showing right here, this photograph of this dude, it was pretty fucking sick. Yeah, it was official. I'm trying to. The title is escaping me, but Sisu, Sisu, Sisu. That's what it was called, Sisu or Sisu. Check that shit out. Sisu, Sisu, Sisu. This cat. I don't know, Bison. Yeah, maybe, sure, but it's a good movie with the dude. Angelo Bolanos, what up? A Marvel vs. Street Fighter? There was a Marvel vs. Capcom. So yeah, Tribe is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Yes. Yes. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, definitely. Definitely. But yeah, no, Marvel vs. Capcom, so Street Fighters, Capcom, and a lot of the characters are in there. So yeah, pretty much. What else? What else? What else? Before we chop up the Deadpool and Wolverine trailer. Excuse me. Jesus Christ. Get some water. I can pause to get some water. You can't pause at a black show. So, before we hop on into the meat and the potatoes, and since my man brought up Tribe Called Quest, there's a new album teased by, and this has been so awaited, but the Illmatic dream team of Nas and Premier reunite for a new track to mark the 30th anniversary of the album. Nas's iconic album Illmatic is one of my top 5 albums, period. And what's today? Is the Monday the 22nd. This was Friday was the 30-year anniversary to Illmatic. To mark the occasion, the Queen's rapper has released a new joint with one of his famous Illmatic collaborators and my favorite producer, DJ Premier. It's called Define My Name, and try to bust a little bit of it right here. And but yeah, it's released via Nas's Mass Appeal. And according to a press release, the rapper and DJ Premier are going to drop a collaborative album. Yes, you heard it. Not yes, an album this year. DJ Premier produced New York State of Mind, Memory Lane, Represent. He did some shit in It Was Written. He did some joints in I Am. He did something in Nostradamus and Stillmatic. You know, if you got Premier's number, you get beats for every album if you can. But Nas released 2 studio albums in 2023. That Hit Boy did was Magic 2 and Magic 3, which they were all right. I King's Disease was better, but yeah. Nas and Premier, y'all. I mean, come on. Nas and Premier. Okay. Let me. Angelo say he's not feeling the track. When you put Nas and Premier together, bro, it's I think it's automatically dope regardless. But I can understand, you know, it's not for everybody. It's dope for those. If you're a fan of Nas and Premier, I really don't see how you could not like it. It's dope. It's Nas and Premier. But I could definitely feel that, you know, it's not like everything you'd be expecting or hoping for. But the main point of this news of this shit that I'm telling you is that they're doing an album.
Walking any spot, every box be soaking from a time when weed was stronger. Today's streets are calmer. They used to kill for shades.
I'm digging it. Definitely a lot. Define My Name. It's Nas and Premier, but the album is coming. So that's phenomenal. Nas is gonna be, I think, at he's doing the Illmatic. Sorry, it's the Illmatic 30-year anniversary tour. Is going on now. You can get, you know, tickets right now at Ticketmaster. He'll be May 4th. He'll be in Vegas. June he's going to be in Philly and Colorado. July he'll be Europe, and then back in New York, and then he'll be here in Virginia. July 21st. I think I might hit that one up at the Feline Center at Wolf Trap. And then August he'll be in Switzerland, Italy, Netherlands, England, Finland, Sweden, Denmark, Germany, Italy, Switzerland. He's doing the whole thing. Austria, Germany, Netherlands, France, England, Scotland. Hell of a tour, bro. I mean, that's going to be so much fun. But you know, if you can catch one of the East Coast joints, yeah, it's going on right now. But anyway, yeah, just a little update for my Nas and Premier heads. Now, let me see here. We got some X-Men news. The new team, the new the fall of Krakoa. After the fall of Krakoa, mutants are, you know, hated and feared and more than ever before, which, you know, they already were. You know how shit was. Well, now it's way worse. But Cyclops is assembling a new team of X-Men so formidable that people have to think twice about messing with mutants. Now he's not fucking around. These guys are not playing. According to Marvel, X-Men will be one of 3 flagship titles in the team's From the Ashes era. That's what it's going to call, From the Ashes. Jed McKay will write the series, and the comic extraordinaire Ryan Stegman will illustrate this new chapter of X-Men, of the X-Men story, which explores mutant kind's future after the Krakoan age, after everything went to shit. What happens next? And I'm interested to know, because I was kind of miffed about. I was a little bit salty. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I was like, finally, the mutants, you know, are getting some fucking. But I knew it wasn't gonna last. I knew it wasn't gonna last. How many times have mutants had some utopia, Genosha, or whatever, you know, and it always comes down. So I knew this was gonna be another another Nirvana lost. But yes, in the aftermath, Cyclops is assembling this extraordinary group with Psylocke, Magic, and perennial X-Men Beast. And there's also a promising new group of members like Kid Omega, who is an Omega level mutant. Obviously, Reality Warper is sick dude, and Temper, who I could tell y'all a little bit about in a minute. Temper is a pretty dope new character. Powerhouses like Magneto and Juggernaut are also rounding out the team. So it's a squad. It's a squad for that ass. And I got some pictures of the what you call it, of the covers. No, you know what though? I wish what's the name had pulled up already, but yes, Angelo, I will talk about that for a second. It is dope. It is a very simple boom bap beat. I mean, yes. To kind of touch on that, I would be expecting way more. I would want way more out of Premier and Nas. I'm like, yo, Premier and Nas, and you're expecting some shit. And then yes, I will admit it's very simple. It's very, very simple. But that's kind of what's hard about it. You know what I'm saying? And Premier's got a countless catalog with Nas, so there's plenty of music if you want to hear Premier really doing his thing musically, playing beautifully on the piano and all that. But for this one, it was dope. But yeah, I definitely expect more on the album, for sure. Definitely expect more. That was just a sample, I think. But yeah, check out these covers, man, from this new shit. The team is dope. The squad, you got Magneto in the background. There's Magic just coming off with the joint. Kid Omega right here. That's Temper right there. And then Psylocke down here. You got Juggernaut in his black suit with the Red X costume. And there's Beast down there looking super dope. I like how they made Beast not look like a cat or a fucking teddy bear. For finally, I don't like the kitty cat Beast. This cover is sick. This Psylocke cover is crazy, yo. Wow, look at that piece. That's nice. Yeah, I gotta get that one. From the Ashes, a new beginning. Beast looking goofy. It looks like Jack Kirby. Yeah. Yeah, the squad is supposed to be pretty dope. But the X-Men's latest era, From the Ashes, was first announced by Tom Berverute at the panel at the South by Southwest, titled From the Ashes, the Future of the X-Men Revealed. And 3 core titles that they said: there's going to be X-Men, Uncanny X-Men, Exceptional X-Men. So 3 titles: X-Men, Uncanny X-Men, and Exceptional X-Men. And no, exceptional isn't spelled exceptional. Missed opportunity there, I think. But Eve Ewing, so I think it's Al Ewing's daughter, if I'm not mistaken. So who knows? But all 3 titles carry the name X-Men and our core X-Men series. They all center around one of the major aspects of what the team has been about at different points. He said, "This is very much by design. We want to field a wide assortment of X titles with different styles and tones and approaches. An X-Men book for virtually any taste." So this is an interesting way to go about it, right? X-Men is like everybody's favorite. Whether you're LGBTQ community, whether you're a right-wing extremist, whether you're just not either of those, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? X-Men is for everyone. Everyone is for X-Men. There's always going to be an X-Men for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And somebody's always going to love X-Men. So, Raw Talk, what up?
What up? What up? What's happening? What's going on?
Chilling.
Yeah, just
Welcome to the show.
From the husband duties.
Husband duties, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I was waiting on you, and see if Stu was gonna show up. He's in Brazil, but he's
He was out the country.
yeah. Let me see. Let me see if I can raise him on the sat phone.
Mm. Yeah.
But yo, I got a
Mhm.
Night Force beachhead, son.
Yeah. I seen that. It's looking real nifty right there.
Hell yeah.
It's real nice. Yeah. I had hit you with the with the pic of what I found in different bins, because I had a lot of bins, and those were the 3 figures that I had.
Oh, the Big Ben and Stalkers. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll definitely do something because I can definitely do something with those. But yeah, I was just talking about this new X-Men the new X-Men titles that are coming. Right now it's the From the Ashes, and there's 3 X-Men titles that they're gonna kick off the new saga of X-Men. Now that the Krakoan era is over, which I guess started around 2019 and rode through until right now. So about a 4 or 5 year little era, and now we're moving on. It's called From the Ashes because basically everything went to shit, and now they got to come up out of nowhere. But there's 3 titles going to have X-Men, Uncanny X-Men, and Exceptional X-Men are going to be the 3 titles, and they're talking about basically giving each one of them is a very different style of comic, right? A different type of book, different type of X-Men, different type of story, different type of characters. It's going to be the characters that we all know, but one is probably going to appeal more to LGBT or women. One's going to maybe appeal more to guys. One's going to appeal to whatever, right? Everyone's going to is going to have their ideas that they want to have an X-Men for every taste, every type. Virtually any taste is their verbiage. But yeah, the new look has sparked speculation about whether well, okay. So the group cover has Magneto with a new look, and he appears to be wearing his classic purple and red costume with a matching helmet, but he seems to have grown a white beard and mustache. And the new look has sparked some speculation about whether he'll take on a mentorship like role like Professor X, and this would somewhat mirror his character arc in the new X-Men 97 show, where he's literally taken the place of Xavier, who, by the way, is back. We saw in episode 6 that Xavier is alive and living with Lalandra, like I knew he was, and so the whole episode was about them, and he, will be coming back to Earth in the next episode. I don't know if the next episode, but he's coming back. So that's that Xavier's back. I knew Magneto dying, we can't have no Magneto and no Xavier. So when Magneto died, I knew that was going to be okay. Now we're going to get Xavier back.
And then you found that he was going to Earth because he's seen the visions of his X-Men dying and mutants dying and stuff. So he's like, what have I done?
Yeah.
My kids,
my children.
My children. Oh, and then he's like, he has to bail out. He was like, Lalandra, I'm out.
I'm out. Yeah, I don't want to do it, but I gotta do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a dope story. Like they're not playing around. That show is really they're
hitting a lot of different, because you seen they did the Phoenix or whatever, but then they melted right into the trial of Magneto, and then they they got the Shi'ar thing going when they had that arc. I wonder if they're gonna go. I mean, Sinister is the overarching villain in the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if they're gonna. I mean, Strife has to come out of this at some point.
Yeah. I mean, Cable and Strife will definitely be somewhere. I don't know, man. I hope they do get to Strife.
Yeah.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
Speaking of Magneto and them though, Magneto had or Trial of Magneto. There's a new comic called Resurrection of Magneto that
Ah,
is on. Yeah, it's dope. It's on issue number 4 now,
mhm.
and it's Al Ewing. So already you know it's dope. He did Hulk. Al Ewing did the last Hulk. Not what was it called?
At the Planet Hulks or the War.
No, the horror Hulk, the horror one that was just before this
I'll
the
be like,
time that
yeah, like
it's
the
now.
zombies and stuff.
Yeah, it's Hulk, the Green Door and all that. So Al Ewing was doing the last Hulk.
Mm,
That was phenomenal, just phenomenal, and just changed the game. Like he changed the whole way that the Hulk, the lore and everything,
mm,
about why he's got that ability. Why he turned into the Green Monster and other green monsters and the whole. It's really really a deep story, and
mm.
it brings you back to that horror sort of vibe that the old Hulk comics had, and it does it really well. But the uh
Hmm.
the current book that he's writing, Resurrection of Magneto, pits Magnus against Orcus, and as he liberates one of their mutant prisons, wielding 3 of his iconic helmets as weapons, and so he sort of defines the way he's using the helmets now. He sort of struggles with which one to wear, and he perceives each helm as a marker of a different life, as
Mm.
he sort of tempers his violence against his fascist foes. But let me see if I got what are you looking for.
Going back to the Hulk a bit, wouldn't it be weird if? And I'm quite sure somebody thought of it. If they didn't, they can get it from me. What if Dr. Bruce Banner or David Banner or what have you was a mutant and didn't know it, and then
Yeah,
got affected by the radiation and created a mutation of a mutation that is the Hulk?
I mean
That's
they've done that.
invincible, like, you know what I mean? There's
Yeah, there's got to be there's a
gotta be some craziness.
yeah, they do the same thing with Spider-Man. Sometimes they talk about how get go lay down. They talk about how he get her out of here. They talk about how he the reason that the spider bite didn't kill him was because he was a mutant,
Mm. Yeah,
and
that
why it turned made him into Spider-Man. But
mhm.
I don't know if I'm into making heroes that weren't mutants into mutants. It's kind of like there's already mutants. We don't need to do that. Make everybody mutant. Like
Mhm.
let's let mutants be mutants.
I'm
And
thinking of it as a point of them making more money off of both,
right, yeah,
titles,
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a way to capitalize.
Mhm.
But no, he's got the black helmet, the white helmet, and the red and purple helmet.
Yeah.
Um, it says, it said, how would the Magneto of old react? Unthinking rage, single-minded vengeance at any cost, even those innocent lives. I'd like to say otherwise, but I find myself uncertain. And in the white helmet says, and what would Charles do? Embrace self-sacrifice, fall nobly upon the offered sword? Of course, now he knows how Orcus kept their end of the bargains. What happens here? Yeah, but these are hypotheticals. In the here and now, I see only one way to proceed. My way. My way. But yes, ultimately Eric is forced to kill Orcus's troops and save mutant lives, and crystallizing his new outlook and outfit as a result. And while his redesign sort of does harken back to his classic look, it now represents something totally different. Um, Let me show you this. This little new. God damn it. Sorry, my GOG opened up on my shit for no reason. All right, there it is.
Oh, that looks crazy. Yeah.
That's the I love that suit, the black one.
Yeah, I'm always purple and red.
Yeah, that's his OG right there, and that's his sort of new design. But it says as Magneto weighs his options in this issue, he redefines the meanings behind each helmet, defining them based on his newfound perceptions of morality. His black helmet signifies more violent, rage-filled instincts, while the white helmet symbolizes his dream of a coexistence alongside Professor X. He then sees his iconic red helmet as the middle ground between the two, a marker for the gray path that he's walked to protect his people. Once again donning his red and purple helmet, Magneto holds true to the different layers of his past while also catering a new course for the future. Yeah, so basically, he's got he's they did a little thing with his helmets. But yeah, it's a great series, Resurrection of Magneto. So, if you're a Magneto fan, like I am, and you think he's one of the dopest villains because he's not really a villain, and that's what's dope about him to me. But yeah, this is a real good Magneto story.
Yeah. It's like him and Namor are the anti-heroes.
Right.
Yep. The first anti-heroes at best,
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Oh yeah. Well, so all right, we kind of have a little bit of a main topic that we're gonna talk about, and then we kind of got a little appetizer here, well, a little soup and salad. The Fantastic Four, we had talked about how they dropped the bomb on us that they were using the female version of Silver Surfer instead of Norrin Radd, but like I suspected then. It was all clickbait, man. It was trolling. They were fucking with us. They were trying to get a rise. They were really just trying to stir the pot and stir up the social media, get everybody talking, get publicity. And then they were gonna be like, oh yeah, well Norrin Radd's gonna be in it too. I knew it. I knew they were gonna do it.
Yeah.
So recently we got word, right, that Julia Garner has been cast as Shalla Bal, the version of the Silver Surfer in a Fantastic Four. But the MCU reboot will reportedly also introduce Norrin Radd. And as we know, in the comics, the female Silver Surfer never exists without Norrin Radd there, too. There's no comic where it's just female Silver Surfer. She's always with him.
I'll show you the comic. I'll be right back. I have it.
Mm-hmm. And it's called Earth X. The and one of the most talked about casting room announcements in recent memory. And Marvel did this by design. They knew by saying, "Oh, we're gonna do female Silver Surfer," or "Silver Surfer is gonna be a female." They knew it would just stir up, a bunch of controversy, and no publicity is bad publicity type of thing. But yes, Garner will play Shalla Bal, the female version of the character. But this did lead to speculation that the original Silver Surfer would also appear, because in the comics they are together. It's like the Silver Surfers. They're like twins, they call them. And so this insider, Daniel Richtman, is reporting that Norrin Radd will indeed be introduced alongside Shalla Bal in the MCU reboot. Have they already been cast? Well, in a since deleted social media post, Haunted Mansion and Atlanta star Lakeith Stanfield commented on Garner's casting by saying, "Thought this was going to be me, but I guess." So, in the original Marvel Comics continuity, yeah, Shalla Bal was the Empress of the planet Zenla and was the first love of Norrin Radd. And then when Galactus came to devour their planet, Radd volunteered to become his herald in exchange for sparing Zenla, his world. And later, Franklin Richards took over as the new Galactus. He imbued Shalla with the same cosmic powers and allowed her to serve as a twin herald alongside Norrin Radd. And it remains to be seen if the movie will take inspiration from the comics when it comes to these characters. But I think so, and I hope so, and I think Marvel needs to hope so. But another recent rumor claimed that there will be some connection between Franklin Richards and Galactus in the film. which again points to Earth X and that version that we're talking about. Did you find it, bro? Boom, there it is, Earth X.
Number 12, Earth X.
There she is, and there they are together.
Yep, the surfers.
The surfers. Twins. The twin surfers. So yeah, I think it was what do you call it? A ruse. It was a ruse to like I said, stir the pot, get a rise. And I knew it. I fucking knew it. But yeah, Fantastic Four stars Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards. So right there, you know that they're not casting this to, cast the best actors for the job. They're casting this for controversy. They're casting it to stir up the pot. They're casting it to fucking do what they do. You've got Mr. And Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, aka the Invisible Woman. Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm. You saw him in The Punisher. He was like the Punisher's like man in the chair. As Johnny Storm, aka Human Torch. And no, I'm sorry, that's not Joseph Quinn. Eben Moss Backrack. Eben Moss Backrack, who's playing Ben Grimm, the Thing, was in Punisher. Joseph Quinn was in Stranger Things. He played the guy, the crazy dude with the guitar, like with the long hair at in the end. One of the last seasons, I forget his damn name. Somebody help me out. You know what I mean? The guy in Stranger Things, the kid at the end with the guitar that was like playing in the upside down like headbanger guy. So, and then there's rumors that Cillian Murphy, who plays Oppenheimer, and also Peaky Blinders, which is what I know him from.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Mads Mikkelsen, who's in Rogue One, are top picks to play Dr. Doom. Mads is definitely my pick.
Yeah, everybody's saying Eddie.
Who?
Eddie. They're saying it in the chat.
Oh, Eddie. Thank you in the chat. Yes, the guy that playing Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, is Eddie. So Eddie from Stranger Things is going to be the Human Torch. So yeah, but yeah, Mads Mikkelsen as Dr. Doom, I think is just like damn, like that'd be a dream come true. Mads Mikkelsen played Hannibal Lecter in the Hannibal show. If you want to get a good idea of why I think he should play Doom, watch his show Hannibal.
He's calculative and maniacal.
Yes. 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 Yeah, but there's other actors that are in contention, of course, but Galactus has been confirmed as the main villain, but no actor is currently in talks for the part. So I'm glad that Doom is not the villain in this. I'm glad that, Doom may be in it, but that he's not the main big villain, because Doom should become the big bad a little bit down the line after, do the Secret Wars or something like that. But let Galactus be the villain of Fantastic Four.
Doom should be more like a reoccurring pop-up,
Marvel big bad. Yeah,
he should just be like a nuisance to everybody, but he's
always there. Yeah. He's like always the mastermind. He's because in the comics, bro, whenever it's like some fucking entity at the end, it's always Doom, man.
Like with Superman, you got Lex Luthor all around, but you still had that big overarching dark side,
right?
Lurking, he's the real dude. You know what I mean? Not Luthor.
Yeah. Well,
and Luthor is doing it because he wants to help, and he's egotistical, but he wants to, rid the world of these beings that can destroy Earth.
Right.
Doom, he wanted to claim power beyond power.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Well, as far as Galactus, there's no one that's been cast or confirmed to be cast or that they're talking about, but we did hear Javier Bardem, who is the guy from No Country for Old Men. Know what I'm talking about? He's been in a bunch of shit.
I know what you're talking about. He's cool.
Yeah, he's really cool. And then Antonio Banderas, which I think is a big mistake.
Yeah.
Um,
Liam Neeson with his voice, and if they deal with it in a certain way where they can make his voice electronic sounding and overarching like a god's voice type deal.
Yeah,
I can hear it.
my thing is if you want to be, to be honest, I would rather it be an unknown. I would
Okay.
rather Galactus be not a big celebrity. That, you know what I mean? Just because he's too he's too big, right? He's such a god. He's so big that he can't be fucking, Tom Cruise or some shit. It's got to be a face you've never seen, a face that maybe we never even see again, a fucking CGI face if you want to keep it a buck, with white eyes. I don't really want it to be like a person, like Galactus.
Okay, I understand.
You know what I mean? Because Galactus is a being, right? He's fucking
celestial.
Yeah, he's not like a person. So I don't think it should be a person to play. That's just me, man. And I know they'll never do that. They never even let characters have all white eyes. So,
Hold on. Yo, Mike Haggis is crazy. He's bugging tonight.
JT.
He said Justin Timberlake is Galactus. Oh shit.
You know what I mean? That would be crazy, son.
And then Galactus was like, bye.
Bye.
Before he eats planets. Oh shit.
Yeah, man. Stu Dog, what's up, man? Where you at, bro?
Yo, Stu. Yeah, that's crazy. That's mad funny, yo.
Word. But
in my mind, I'm looking at him like, oh man, this guy is crazy.
Hell yeah. That would but no, I think it would be a dream come true. Like, it would be too perfect if he was just like an unknown dude. But I know they're gonna try to cast him with some iconic actor, thinking that their thinking is gonna be like this. Oh, Galactus, he's this big iconic character. He's everyone's favorite, big bad. Like, oh, it's Galactus. We gotta cast him with someone big here, guys. It's gotta be Marlon Brando, or it's like no, fucking have him be nobody with the blank white stare. You know what I'm saying? Just no emotion. You know what I mean? Like, no humanity.
I think they're using the Avengers blueprint, though. All-star cast in a sense.
Yeah.
The attraction is there for people who like these different actors. Oh, such and such making a movie with such and such. Oh, let's all go to see it, even though they're not into the genre per se.
Right.
But yeah, I dig what you're saying. Yeah, why not just make him, or whoever voices him, just the voice, and just make him, and he doesn't speak much.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's not, that's another thing. Like,
he only really speaks to his heralds.
Right.
And they just do what he commands. So
right.
But that's the other thing. He has heralds. Now, if Surfer wears, you got Firelord and all these other characters, that'd be sick too.
Yeah, I mean, if this was James Gunn, we'd be seeing probably all those heralds.
Yeah,
it'd be all kind of shit. But
in the beginning, yeah,
Marvel ain't gonna do no cool shit like that. They gonna make it corny. But the plot details are still a mystery. But it reportedly will actually be set in an alternate universe. We know that much. And in that alternate universe, it'll be like the 1960s era, kind of looking like the Jetsons.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I can dig that. I'm with it.
Yeah.
Just want to see some Marvel stuff now. It's time. The bullshit has gone too far, and let's get some grounded, get to the story, get to the real deal of the comics that we enjoy and love. Let's see that representation.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's what I would love to see. Comic stories on screen. That's what the MCU should be.
Yeah. And I also, you know, to lean, because I know they were talking about, okay, Fantastic Four, and then you got that mutant aspect that's they're gonna lead into after that with the X-Men. I'm like, give me the original 5 now. I don't want to see Wolverine no more. I don't want to see the 70 or the what was 76 or 77 X-Men, whatever. I want to see
Yeah.
I want to see the 1963. Since they setting it around that time, I want to see the 1963 X-Men, the real First Class.
Yeah.
Start off with that.
Yeah.
And
That
let
would
them
be dope.
fight the Mimic or something like that, man.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be cool. That you know, I'd love to see any of the Chris Claremont stories that they already botched at Fox. You know, any of the Dark Phoenix, Days of Future Past, all that shit could be done again, could be done right. But yeah, I'd love to see some cool new shit that we haven't seen yet. Maybe do those First Class ones right. Or you know what would be a great movie? The movie when the First Class gets captured and Xavier has to go around the world putting together a new team, and that's when we get, you know, Storm and Colossus and Wolverine and Sunfire, and he puts together this team, and that's how we get those characters, and they go to save that original team, and that's how we get that team. So that would be cool to see too.
Be dope.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. There's so much they can do.
Well, let's check out this Deadpool trailer. So we the Deadpool Wolverine trailer is here, y'all, and we're gonna peep it. We're gonna chop it up. Get it up here.
Yeah, man.
So Ryan Reynolds' page, Ryan Reynolds YouTube channel, has the joint up there.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, Mike. Beast, Angel, Marvel Girl, Iceman, Cyclops. I want to see Iceman with boots on and looking up snowmanish. That's my favorite. That's my
All right, here we go. Let's see if we can get through it, y'all.
I told you, you're not welcome here. You're not welcome anywhere. Now get the fuck out of my bar. Just give me one more drink and then I'll leave. Hi, Peanut. I'm gonna need you to come with me right now. Look, lady, I'm not interested.
So off top, he's like, "Look, lady, I'm not interested." So their little banter starts off quick. We're gonna have to kind of stop and chop through. If you guys want to watch this trailer like all the way through, just sit and watch it, you know, from A to Z. Go to Ryan Reynolds' YouTube channel here and just watch it. But we have to kind of chop it up and talk about it. So that's what we're doing right now.
All right, well, I'm sort of on the tick, so upsy daisy. Oh.
So he tries to pop claws and they only come out like a nub.
You know, it's a joke involved.
Word, yeah. And then Deadpool says,
"Whiskey dick of the claws."
Whiskey dick of the claws.
It's quite common in Wolverines over 40. You know what?
Quite common in Wolverines over 40.
I suggest you reconsider.
And Logan's just like, go ahead. So
I'm about to lose everything that I've ever cared.
There's his little, that's his family, Deadpool's little family and stuff. Wolverine's got the suit that we all hate with the sleeves that we all hate. And they I guess they heard us and they cut the sleeves off. Maybe in post, maybe it's CGI, I don't know. But the sleeves have come off, and I don't know if that was something they did after everyone shit all over the sleeves or what. But now they were quick. Rob Liefeld posted Instagram. He's like, look, look at the suit, and they were real proud that the sleeves are off. So that's happening.
This
So he doesn't know his world went to shit. Deadpool just told him. He was like, when your world went to shit. And he's like, what?
Hmm.
Wolverine let down his entire world.
Wolverine let down his entire world. Ooh,
Nut shot.
nut shot. Severe.
Yeah.
Or should we wait for a third act flashback? Go fuck yourself. Know anything about
So nice language there. Go fuck yourselves and all that. So definitely rated R. Wolverine, yeah, saying dropping F-bombs. I like it.
Yeah.
And there he is with the sleeves off.
Mm.
And the ridiculous gloves I've ever seen. When has Wolverine ever wore any shit like this, dude? If you look at the glove, it's these big plastic looking gauntlets. I don't mean to complain like about everything, but come on, man. It's like it's not a fucking difficult costume. It's really easy. And it's easy to get it right too.
Hey.
It's easy to customize it too and make it your own.
Yeah. But you know, that's so they can sell more legends. That's the deal, man. That's
A new
even
costume for the new
Deadpool.
figures.
Look at Deadpool. He's a little bit different too, this costume. So
Mhm.
it's to sell.
More toys, yeah.
Yeah, that's all it is.
But you. Trust me, kid, I'm no hero.
And they
So-
were sleeve and sleeveless too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If you look up here, this store right here, Liefeld's. No, but look, just feet.
Yo, they tripping.
Yeah, because so for everybody who doesn't know, Liefeld is an artist famous for not being able to draw feet.
Yep. Yep.
So that's funny. And also, he's the guy that invented Deadpool, so that's why it's
Or
relevant.
X-Man.
He gave a nice shout out.
The X-Man. I am soaking wet right now.
Yeah, Cassandra Nova.
Mm-hmm.
Very excited for her. Dog. Let's see that again. Well, there's Cassandra Nova, y'all. That is Professor Xavier's fucking twin. Yes, like on some weird shit that he didn't even know he had. So very, very powerful, very, very powerful Omega mutant, reality warper. So, but check this out.
Whoa.
I'm not.
Oh, you seen that shit, bro?
What?
Run it back and look at it. Run it back.
What? What?
Right there.
This?
Yes.
Ant-Man?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
his skull, his dead head.
yeah. And check this out. Right before that, you recognize this thing?
Oh,
Alioth.
yeah. Oh.
From Loki. It's like this big, it's like the nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's like its face, like a head, and there's like the purple lightning that it had.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yeah. You saw his skull.
Yeah, man. And she walks out of the skull.
Right. That's where Cassandra Nova came down.
Yeah.
Out of the skull.
That is crazy. Okay.
Yeah.
You got the dog.
Who knows if you live or die?
Dog. She's just like manipulating him, and he's like, she's telekinetic. She's just watch. She's just moving him wherever she wants. She went. She's gonna make him. Made him stab the ground. Yes.
Let's fucking go.
Hey, let's fucking go.
Now you see that circle. That's that
Some cocaine. Hey,
Huh?
that reminds me of what they did in Spider-Man with Doctor Strange. That circle that when they go through different dimensions.
Mm.
Look, check it
The
again.
portal? Yeah,
That
yeah, the
portal,
portal. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right there.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And that's Aloth in the background.
Mm-hmm.
And that's Ant-Man down there on the ground too.
Wow.
wanna do some cocaine? Hey, cocaine is the one thing that Feige said is off limits. What about
She said, "Want to do some cocaine?"
So, what's her name? Nicholson. This was her last movie, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know what she was in too? That she was just in was, I think, wasn't she in Fallout?
It looks like her, but I don't think that's her.
You sure?
I gotta look. I gotta see again. I'm gonna check the credits.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I know.
Me and my son were like, "Is that the blind lady from Deadpool?" We were watching
It
Fallout.
may not be her because there's another lady. They look. They look.
They favor, but with the shades, I can't tell. I have to see them side by side to tell. I just can't
At
remember.
first, I was thrown off at Fallout. I'm like, oh, are you?
Yeah, yeah, she does. Does look,
Could be her.
could be. I think it could be different though. You're right.
What's her name? Michelle Nichols.
even snowboarder, even disco dust? White girl into
She looks a little thinner and younger here than she does in Fallout.
force bump. Do you want to build a snowman? Yes.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. What do y'all think, man? In the chat, let us know what you think of that show. So yeah, there's a lot of little Easter eggs there. We saw. You saw. Obviously, it starts off with Wolverine in the bar. He's always in bars, right? Deadpool tries to recruit him for his mission early on in the trailer, and usually, as usual, whenever they try to approach Wolverine in the bar, he's like, "I'm not interested." Just like in the X-Men movie First Class, when Professor X and Magneto came in the bar and they tried to recruit him, and he was like, "Go fuck yourself," and that's basically a sort of a nod to that.
Or remember when he was up in Canada? What movie was it where he had fought the guy?
Yeah, that was Origins.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
The Origins.
Where Lady Deathstrike came in.
Mm-hmm.
And got it. So, and then you have where Wolverine, Deadpool points the gun at him, and it says, "Smile, wait for the flash," on the barrel of the Deadpool pistol. So, like a little Deadpool humor. That's sort of his deal, and his breaking the fourth wall, and doing little stuff like that. And for the sake of this piece, and the one person interested in the trailer that may not be, Deadpool is an anti-hero, mutant level mutant who is a satire of over-the-top badass assassins that comic book companies were churning out in the 90s, like back to back. And his creation took a lot of inspiration from DC's Assassin Deathstroke, and even like totally ripped his name off and everything. Slade Wilson, Wade Wilson, and Deadpool is known for being comedic. So having the word "smile, wait for the flash" around the barrel of his gun is definitely his brand. We saw the 20th Century Fox logo sticking out of the ground.
Mm-hmm.
That big statue, and the logo is destroyed. And originally, that film, had the studio rights to all the X-Men characters. And so, if you saw an X-Men movie or Wolverine movie or the first 2 Deadpool movies, 20th Century Fox was the distributor of those. And now they're not. So we saw Wolverine's suit. Yes, the original suit when first appeared in an issue of Incredible Hulk was a sleeveless yellow-blue suit. But then, he has had plenty of costume changes since then. The yellow and brown, the all black X-Force outfit, of course, the Weapon X look. But this one mostly resembles his look from the Astonishing X-Men. That's with a few homages to his appearance in 1975's Giant X-Men, giant size X-Men. But yeah, it's based on that.
I think we're both wrong.
About what?
Nichelle Nichols, I don't think she was in Deadpool. It's another actress.
Oh, the lady from Fallout is not the lady from Deadpool?
No, that's the lady from Deadpool, but that's not Nichelle Nichols.
Who's Nichelle Nichols?
She's the one from Star Trek, right?
I don't know what you're talking about, Star Trek. I never heard of, I wasn't saying anything about Star Trek.
Isn't she the one? Because that's what
Oh,
I
you
get.
talking about Uhura?
Yeah, that's who I get mixed up. That lady.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying. Their facial structure.
no. Oh,
But
no, I'm saying that the lady from Deadpool is the lady from Fallout.
Yeah, they're the same.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, okay.
Same.
Yeah, okay, they are. Okay.
Yeah, they're the same.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought it was that lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was bugging. I was like, hold up. She looks so much like Nichelle Nichols. I was like, well, hold up. Because they had the same
Okay.
face.
Yeah, I think she'd be older though. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Miss Nichols passed.
Okay.
In 22.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Well, one thing that we saw in this trailer that I think was pretty interesting was when Deadpool said, in your world, you know, shit's already fucked up or whatever, right? He alluded to the fact that shit was fucked up in Wolverine's, or the world that this Wolverine was from. And then this Wolverine did not seem to know that. He seemed to be like, what are you talking about? Apparently this Wolverine let his entire world down imagery that we saw with the big pillars in the wheat field but we couldn't really make a connection to anything in the comics, not even Genosha. But Wolverine letting his entire world down is the backstory of the comic Old Man Logan.
Yeah.
And where Wolverine was tricked into killing all the X-Men by an illusion created by Mysterio. And then that, along with Red Skull killing the Avengers and Hulk becoming an incest inbreeder, and creating this Mad Max like wasteland world, which we see something reminiscent here in this trailer. So we saw like the Mad Max guy in the desert driving down the road, like it looked like some Mad Max shit. And that's what that is.
So that'd be funny if we see the Hulk in this at some point.
I mean, that'd be crazy if we got to see at least one of the Hulk incest babies.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Yeah,
the little ones.
Hillbillies.
Yeah.
there's like a bunch of hillbilly dudes that are running shit, and they're all like these hillbilly Hulk incest brothers. And they're sort of the ones that are running over the wasteland, ruling over the wasteland in their section.
Crazy.
And then there's a third act flashback. Deadpool asked Wolverine what went wrong, or if we should wait for a third act flashback, and he was like, fuck you. And you know, that's a very traditional tool of storytelling, obviously, and you know, that's what happens at the tail end of act 2 of the Old Man Logan. So I was hoping for act 3, but after checking the comics, no, there's just 2. So and then if you remember when I pointed out Liefeld's Just Feet, that store, There was a neon that said Copperheads and had like a snake. Did you see that?
I didn't even peep that.
Well, if you saw, if you guys were wondering what the neon sign that said Copperheads with the snake was there, that was there's two Copperheads in Marvel Comics universe. There's one is the mantle for the vigilante, the Copperhead, and the other is a really goofy villain, a silly villain.
From Serpent Society, right?
Copperhead is a Captain America villain and a member of the snake-themed terrorist group, the Serpent Society. Yeah,
Okay.
and it's like all of the members' names are snake related. You know, it's a pretty lame character, and he's only memorable because of how silly it is. You know, but as a side note, the Serpent Society might be a part of the next Captain America movie. So if they made you know, Batroc interesting, then Serpent Society shouldn't be a problem.
And then that ties into Luke Cage, because Cottonmouth.
Yeah, right. And so yeah, it would be a dope link too, because they are revitalizing that that universe, that Netflix universe.
Nice. Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd definitely be dope. And they should bring back Luke Cage like that and have the same vibe and flow as the series, as the Netflix series. That'd be so ill.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, oh, and speaking of the Liefeld's Just Feet, yeah, that was funny. Because Liefeld is the creator of Deadpool. Now he created the character Deadpool, the way he kind of looks, the way, you know, his name and everything. But Fabian Nicieza is more the guy that gave us the Deadpool that we know now. Liefeld's Deadpool was not really a goofy, fourth wall breaking, you know, he was crazy, but he was more crazy than goofy. He was more like
straight murder.
Yeah, psychopathic mercenary, you know, assassin. You know, he was a little more serious. Fabian Nicieza gave us the more goofy, the more, you know, fourth wall breaking Deadpool that we know of today. So he's credited also with creating Deadpool. But Liefeld, you know, known for his artistic style, which dominated a lot of the mutant books during the 80s and 90s. Yeah. But Liefeld took a lot of criticism for either hiding the character's feet in like fog or behind some rubble, or every shot the feet were hidden behind something. When he did draw feet, a lot of people gave him shit. They didn't like how they looked. They tore his feet up.
Pointy, they look like triangles and shit.
Yeah.
But then also known for the big ass patches and pouches. I mean, the big pouches and shit.
Yeah.
Oh man. But he also didn't he create Domino?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the X-Force.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then now the villain of the story, which I'm really surprised that they're using this character. My neck's fucked up. Villain of the story, Cassandra Nova. And you know, she's got a super weird backstory. She's the twin of Charles Xavier, but he didn't know he had this twin, and you're like, how can you have a twin and not know it? And like the mom didn't even know it, I think. But she's a Mumadrai, which is a Shi'ar word that means anti-self. She's like his evil twin, right? The antithesis of Charles, of Professor X, like his opposite. And every living being, you know, has one of these on the astral plane in the lore. And Cassandra was the Mumadri, the anti-self of Charles. And in the womb, Charles could sense Cassandra was evil, right? And he used his psychic powers to protect himself and attack her in the womb and like kill her in the womb. And this led to Cassandra being stillborn and Charles living. Like Charles killed her because she was evil.
Mm-hmm.
And so her body, when they flushed the baby, like they flushed the dead body, I guess, into the sewer, and it stuck to the sewer wall and started building itself for decades with psychic energy, creating a body. And so, like, think of the movie Hellraiser. Hellraiser,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
where the guy like manifests. And yeah, so yeah, she kind of does that, and this entire time she's planning her revenge on her brother that killed her, Charles. And yes, this is all canon. This is all in the comics. But she's got the same kind of powers as Xavier. And she can heal faster than humans. She's got like a healing factor like Wolverine. She's got telekinesis, which I don't think Xavier ever has. He's just got psychic powers. He never has telekinesis. She can phase through solid matter like Vision. She can create mutations in people that have latent mutant abilities. Like if you have latent mutant abilities, she can bring shit out or make you have a mutant ability that she wants you to have. She can manipulate people's DNA, and like it's crazy, bro. She's nuts.
Wow. So she's like on some real, like she can destroy Charles at this point now, basically with her abilities.
Easily.
Because that's him in the negative. Oh damn.
Right.
But then you begin to think, like, with the stories that's going on in the comics now with Charles making these decisions without, letting the X-Men know of these decisions and stuff like that, like you said earlier, right?
Right.
Could he have been, masquerading as the good one and actually be the evil one?
That'd be crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
That'd be a dope story.
And Magneto wasn't crazy and wasn't the bad one. Like on some real, that'd be crazy. That'd be. I can see it being feasible due to her being angry that he killed her when she was the good one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, hey, the story is dope. The idea, the potential is crazy. All the shit that could be done with that, with a character and a story like that. Who knows where they're gonna go with it? But man, I know I would go nuts writing that. But yeah, so we do see her walk down the stairs out of the mouth of Ant-Man's giant skull, and that's her base. Is in an Ant-Man suit in giant form. Ant-Man is very much dead, and this is the Old Man Logan story. So the more I like break down this trailer, the more I'm seeing this being some Old Man Logan shit. Like they're gonna take a lot from Old Man Logan. I'm very excited, bro. Like Old Man Logan, y'all gotta read that. So I'm definitely, that's y'all's homework right now. That's what I'm prescribing right now. Go check out Old Man Logan, and you're gonna be so excited for this movie once you do.
Well, get X-23, all these X-13, all these other characters, all the different versions. Because remember, he had a lot of different versions in that Old Man Logan joint.
Right. Oh yeah.
So
it's a lot, and it's a dope story. So there's a lot of characters. When they show that scene with the Ant-Man head, there's like a dozen characters all in the, like all those people that you see in that crowd down there around the Ant-Man head, those are all mutants. Those are all different villains and shit that we know. Like Lady Deathstrike, probably Toad or some shit. I think I see a lot of dope. I see a lot of characters that I know are mutants.
Lady Deathstrike, damn.
Hell yeah. Let me see. I'll get you one right now. But yeah, Lady Deathstrike is a dope character that I've always liked.
Yeah,
I've always thought she was dope.
hell yeah. That cover that to me was like a nice iconic cover of her and Wolverine fighting.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Let me do this. I'm just grabbing a picture because I want y'all to see these villains, man,
Mm.
and we could try to figure out who they are.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Bop, 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 and then
And this movie's a runtime of what? Almost 2 hours, 2.5 or something like that.
yeah, something like that.
Mm.
It'll be it'll be a decent
Yeah.
movie. It's not gonna be like a little feature film or a little featurette. It's gonna be a full movie. But here's the Ant-Man head, and you can see his skull. You can see the mask is sort of lifted up, and there's his top teeth.
Oh shit, that's Azazel. Nightcrawler.
Azazel?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Azazel.
yeah,
Nightcrawler's father. Okay.
Azazel right there on your left.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
I
and
spotted that quick.
yeah, and there you go. You can see some different characters. Can't really tell who anyone is, but you can definitely tell these are Brotherhood.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh.
mean, there's Lady Deathstrike with the claws on
Mm-hmm.
the far right, and then I think on that far left, that might be Arclight from the first movie. It looks like Toad might be there right next to between there. And then I don't know who the bald guy is, could be anyone.
But the one on the left looks like she has the statue. What was the girl that from the from Days of Future? No, from the Phoenix. What was it? The Phoenix.
Who's Storm? What?
No. Remember the girl? She can sense everybody mutant levels.
Yeah.
That's who she
That's,
looks like to me.
I think that's who I was talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I'm trying to figure it all out. And yeah, that's definitely because he's like in a toe-like posture.
Yeah. The one that's sort of crouching, could be like Toad, but
Mhm.
and then there's a big guy far left right here with the yellow sort of trench coat.
You know that's Omega Red.
Word? Why you say that?
Look at the hair. Remember from the movie Omega Red? His hair was long from the other movie when they
Oh,
were in jail.
yeah.
Remember?
I mean, Sabretooth got long hair too, like that. Remember?
Okay, yeah, true.
Well,
Could be.
could be,
Wow.
but man, that would be dope. Omega Red would be dope, but I don't think Omega Red's in this
Mm.
world.
Okay.
But we know we've seen the long-haired Wolverine in the or Sabretooth in the trail in the behind the scenes whatever footage
Mm.
of like the making of this movie. So we know that long hair Sabretooth is in this,
Mhm.
but that could definitely be Omega Red. Omega Red is like in my top favorite villains.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what it is about him. I've really always loved that character. Maybe like I don't know. It's like even back in the day with the Marvel vs. Capcom video game, and you could play as Omega Red. I love the character there, but
Yeah.
not sure what it was about him. But I don't know. Always liked Omega Red. But yeah, the woman on the right, with the claws, that's Lady Deathstrike, definitely, who appeared in the X2 in X2. She was originally played by Kelly Hugh. And then from left to right, I think it could be Callisto, then Toad, then Starfish or Glob. Then all these characters appeared in other X-Men or Wolverine movies. And then since the Deadpool films love to pull from the past X movies, there's a good chance that these will be who we see in there. And then these Azazel is the devil guy on the dark red guy on the far left there with you can see his tail with the pointy devil tail at the end there. You look right on the car's front tire.
Yeah,
you'll see the tip of his tail.
I wanted them to use Azazel more in that earlier series with the like First Class, because I think that's and I'm wondering how the hell he link up with Mystique. You know what I'm saying? To bring Nightcrawler in.
Yeah.
That was always something weird to me because they had the First Class. Like, how did that happen? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and then you see the guy with the striped tank top. That could be Colossus if Stefan Kapicic is reprising his role as the character, which we saw in the first trailer. But Colossus did have a sweet beard in the comics for a minute, so it could be the bearded Colossus. And this is the multiverse, so anything is possible. But it could be the Russian. The Russian is a character from 2004. It's the Punisher, played by Kevin Nash. And then based on the color scheme, the person directly to the right of the main red and white striped shirt could be Pyro, the one with all the buckles or no, okay. No, that is definitely Pyro. The guy sitting up on looks like he's sitting on the car, right? Directly to the right of the Colossus dude. He's way in the back. He's sitting up on the car. And that's definitely Pyro. And it's Pyro from the scene that we saw him in some of the photographs that we saw and some of the teasers that we saw. So that's definitely Pyro. And then he was in the first trailer, and then Sabretooth is allegedly in the movie, so it could be one of these guys, but I think if anybody, it's that dude with the long hair. This guy way up there, if that's even him, but that dude looks almost like he's wearing a mask of some sort.
Yeah. And remember,
Gambit would be dope.
Oh, Gambit, yeah. Yeah, Gambit. Well, it's the Blob.
Right.
Yeah. And who else was in that other movie?
Stu said, Toad, Pyro, Lady Deathstrike, psilocybin. I mean, Psylocke.
Psilocybin. That's a wild name, right? That might be the new pharmaceutical. Psilocybin.
That'd be a crazy, like he got mushrooms, like he put mushrooms out, he grow mushrooms or some shit.
Yeah, right.
Psilocybin. We saw Dogpool, the little chihuahua, that was licking Deadpool. He's got his little Deadpool costume on. Yeah, he's Wade Wilson from Earth 103173. He was created in 2010, and he's got the same powers as Deadpool. Also, the look on Wolverine's face, he's like,
that's crazy.
When the dog's licking Deadpool's face.
Is he from the same world as the Frog Thor? That dimension?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think the frog thing was a different. The frog thing was something that happened. Yeah.
Then what was the other one? There was an alligator one. There's a whole bunch of different weird stuff going on.
There's a bunch. Yeah, there is an alligator. There is. Yeah. There's a bunch of weird animal shit.
Gotta love it, man. Shit is
man.
Nation supreme, man, for real.
Definitely. But yeah, that scene with the portals where they're jumping through the portals, that was definitely Ant-Man or Wolverine jumping out of Ant-Man's skull away from Cassandra Nova into the interdimensional portal, which are typically created by sling rings, by one of the wizards. But we don't know where they're going. But maybe Wong pops in, Doctor Strange as there with the sling rings. Ned was able to create portals using the ring in Spider-Man No Way Home, so anyone can use one. So there's a small chance that we could see Ned again, or Wong, or Strange, or someone completely different with this ability. But right behind them, when they were jumping through the portal, behind them was the big purple cloud, that creature, and it's not a creature. It's like the nothing. It's just a big entity of like despair. But yeah, based on the trailer, Deadpool is working with the TVA, traveling in the multiverse, and he needs to enlist the help of Wolverine and whoever. And Wolverine's world, whether it's the wasteland that we primarily see in the trailer, the Old Man Logan, or possibly another one controlled by Cassandra Nova, Xavier's twin, Wolverine and Deadpool team up in order to stop her. Most likely, Nova's possible menace to Nova is like the big menace to the multiverse of some sort, and or that TVA in some way, and that's why Wolverine and Deadpool need to work together. And of course, there's also going to be a lot of familiar faces and characters, but Wade will not be using cocaine in the movie as he promised. He and his friends would not do so. So,
man, she asked about the cocaine already. Want to do some cocaine? There's gonna be some cocaine in that movie, man.
I mean, yeah, at least it's gonna be mentioned.
All right.
But yeah, the biggest reveals, like Wolverine is we learned that Wolverine is definitely not respected in his universe that he's in. Despite his titular role, Jackman's Wolverine was largely absent from Deadpool and Wolverine's teaser trailer, so we didn't really see him in there. But the official trailer provides a much greater insight into Wolverine's story in the film, even opening with him drinking at a bar in his universe. And Wolverine obviously is always in a bar. He's definitely always in that scenario. Somebody's always coming to enlist him. And he's often, doing the same in various X-Men, Fox X-Men movies. But one key difference is that he's not respected by those around him here. He's sitting at the bar. The bartender is yelling at him, telling him to leave. He states that Wolverine is not welcome in the bar or anywhere for that matter, which makes it sound more like a personal issue than something trivial like, Logan being too drunk. Wolverine then uncharacteristically pleads for one last drink in exchange for his absence, sort of hinting at a much deeper lack of respect between Wolverine and the people of this universe. Now, we also learn that Deadpool and Wolverine fight in the void from Loki, that the big purple suit, and Wolverine wears his classic suit there. And after Wolverine's introduction in the trailer, the other, when Deadpool arrives to recruit him, Wolverine shows, hesitancy to join Wade. And before the trailer cuts to the two squaring off in front of the Fox thing, and Wolverine and Deadpool start fighting in the void, and the pit of pruned elements, locations, and other people shown in Loki season 1 and 2. That's why that's where they're at, like where that frog Thor and all that shit, like where all the alligator and all that was at, like the alligator Loki, like that whole scene in that place with all the junk everywhere from all over the different universes. That seems to be where they're at. And the yellow and blue costume of Wolverine's costume we see in action there as they fight, and it was evident by the teaser trailer and the set photos that were released that this proves that the Void is going to be an integral role in the film's plot. The Void being that big purple cloud, and that not the purple cloud, rather the place where they're at with all the stuff.
The plane of existence.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that said, it's not really clear how much time passes between those two scenes, as the Void confrontation shows Wolverine's new, albeit classic, suit in all its glory. The yellow and blue of his costume is shown in action in the trailer, and but then the sleeves come off at some point, and that may signify that it's another Wolverine, like another costume or another version, or it's just, I don't know why he would rip his sleeves off. So we'll see how that turns out. But the the original teaser trailer was pretty light on story content. We didn't learn really much from it. That first trailer that we got. But aside from Wade's introduction in the TVA, the official trailer here, though, for the film, I think does sort of solve that. It gives us some big reveals about the driving force of the story. Like we said, by Wade after his and Wolverine's fight in the trailer, he needs to help save his universe, right? So
yeah.
While it's sort of unclear how Wade's universe is in danger, they don't really tell us that yet, but he's seeking out Wolverine for aid, as he's aware of the heroic qualities of Wolverine from the X-Men franchise. And remember, Deadpool can break the fourth wall. What that means is that he can come into our like the real reality, so-called, like where he knows he's in a movie. He knows, he's aware of that he's a character. He's aware that he's fictional. He's aware of this fictional world, that he's aware that we're here watching his movie, basically.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. If he say the sleeve things where Hugh Jackman, well, Hugh, he has a problem with his skin, so we had to cover it up.
Yeah.
That'd be.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and that's what he does. He does that in the comics. He does it in the earlier movies, whatever he's in, cartoons, whatever. He's always doing that. So it's possible that he knows of Wolverine as the character, just how we know of Wolverine. So he's like going to get Wolverine that he knows from pop culture. But the story definitely tracks with some of the other Deadpool movies. It has been presented in a meta way, but it's clear that Deadpool is aware of Logan's heroics in some way. And as such, it would make sense for him to, seek out this variant of Wolverine to help him save the universe. And that's kind of the basis as to why Deadpool and Wolverine is a thing. Why are they together? Why Wolverine? So that's kind of what that's about. Yeah, and then of course the whole Old Man Logan thing is crazy. That's a revelation, man. I'm totally noticing that there's definitely some Old Man Logan connection.
Yeah, I mean, and it's good because it's more of the they're gravitating towards more of an R rating. I mean, it is rated R, so Old Man Logan was straddling that, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
extreme versions of things.
Yeah,
instead of going into that MCU where you only have maybe two shits,
right? Damn,
in the whole movie, say shit.
Right.
They just say, "Yo, we're just gonna go all out because this is Deadpool. This is Deadpool's universe." They're trying to say it's MCU, but I have a sneaky suspicion this is just Deadpool's universe, period.
Yeah.
At the end of this movie, by him jumping through all these different dimensions, he ends up in the MCU universe and meets,
Well, the TVA is in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely connected to the Loki show.
Yeah.
which is the MCU. So
Yeah.
it is connected to the MCU, but it's not the main MCU universe. It's its own. See, that's another thing. The MCU, I think is going to be no more. I think it's going to become the MCM. It's going to be the Marvel Cinematic Multiverse
Okay.
instead of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We're going to see the Marvel Cinematic Multiverse. That's how we're gonna have Fantastic Four. That's how we're gonna have X-Men. That's how we're having Deadpool. And it's like they're it's the MC. It's Marvel Cinematic. It's connected, but it's connected by a multiverse. Might not be in the same universe, but now that we know that universes can connect, now they can make whole other universes and connect them. So that's what they're doing. They've got a whole, like Fantastic Four will be its own franchise, maybe have some sequels. Then Mutants, X-Men, they can have their own franchise, some sequels, whatever. Avengers, they can, they've got the Avengers whole, their little thing. And then those different universes can link by the multiverse.
Through some crazy cosmic or
TV show or, yeah. So this is dope.
And then, but see, here's the thing: how they're gonna keep Kang, but they're gonna give us a different version of Kang that's not Jonathan Majors. They're gonna have a different version of Kang.
Yeah,
Kang is gonna be overall Kang.
Yeah,
because maybe they'll say Jonathan Majors Kang ain't even the real Kang.
Right.
One of the Kangs, which he really was one of the Kangs.
He was, yeah. It's easy for them to replace him, dude, because that's all they got to do is just say, "Oh, well, this guy looks different. Same guy, just looks different universe."
Yeah,
because everyone in every multiverse, or different universes might have different actors that play these different characters. We've already seen that in Multiverse of Madness and shit. So.
Yep. And then they can, with Deadpool, he can break that fourth wall where, remember the Fantastic Four with John Storm was Eric Killmonger.
Right.
Or the Storm was Captain America. Like, which one? You know what I'm saying? Which one was which?
Yeah. You know
what I mean? In different universes. So yeah, it's funny.
That's
crazy.
Yeah. It's a dope multiverse, man. It's a universe, it's a multiverse, and every universe, or rather, what am I thinking? Okay, so it'll be the Marvel Cinematic Multiverse, and in that multiverse, there'll be different universes. There'll be the Avengers universe, which we've already been experiencing. There'll be the Fantastic Four universe, which is coming. There'll be the Mutants universe. And then there'll be other shit too. Maybe hopefully they're gonna come up with a whole bunch of stuff. The Thunderbolts is gonna be maybe a Dark Avengers thing, so that could be really cool.
The Blade universe.
Midnight Suns. Midnight Suns universe would be ill. Stu. Yes, Ant-Man is the big. I mean, you saw Giant Ant-Man. That's
Giant Man, but
he's in the movie. That's him right there. That's Ant-Man. He's in the movie. But whether he actually is alive at any point or speaks, I don't know.
Scott Lang is done.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Scott
Lang. Stu said, "Don't forget the post-credit scene in the Marvels." So if anybody saw the Marvels, the end scene with Beast.
Beast,
yeah. Beast.
And not Monica, but her mother. What's her name? Her mother's name was Rambo too.
Rambo, right? Yeah.
So she was the Captain Marvel of that
Binary.
Universe. Yeah, Binary, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, despite being a box office bomb, the Marvels found life on Disney Plus, and of course has its fan base and continues to generate more conversation online now than when it was actually in theaters. The film's conclusion, we saw Monica Rambeau stranded in another universe that not only had its own team of X-Men, but also a variant of her mother, Maria, who was binary. Yeah, and that revelation, of a universe where X-Men work with Avengers level heroes was very dope. And a detail about Binary's costume that I think a lot of people missed in theaters has become the center of some very interesting theories, and it can be clearly seen on more than one occasion over the course of the later scenes where Lashana Lynch's Binary's costume comes complete with a pair of the Marvel's MacGuffin, the quantum bands. And so a lot of people didn't notice the quantum bands. First introduced to the MCU in Ms. Marvel. The quantum bands are a pair of ancient artifacts of enormous power created by the Kree. And the quantum bands were used to create wormholes in space that ultimately formed the universal neural teleportation network. The network has been seen and used in more than half a dozen MCU projects, such as like Guardians of the Galaxy movies, the Avengers Endgame, both to the Captain Marvel and the Marvels, and of course Kamala Khan and Dar-Ben were shown to be able to use a pair of the quantum bands. Now, when Dar-Ben attempted to use them both together, the energy created not only eviscerated her, but also ripped a hole in the fabric of space-time, which caused an incursion and set off, all that bullshit. Now, if Maria Rambeau's binary is who we think she is, these quantum bands are not going to be a problem for her. She'll be able to rock them because binary in the comics was an alter ego of Carol Danvers. Came from her background as a former Air Force and NASA security chief. Now, she got exposed to some Kree technology and sort of got this suite of extraordinary abilities, including energy manipulation, superhuman strength. She can fly. Binary sort of harnesses like cosmic energy, right? Enabling her to create like Green Lantern, like energy constructs. She's got cosmic awareness, and she just goes in, she's got a bunch of dope stories and cosmic adventures and whatnot. But despite her powers, Binary does have some vulnerabilities. Her reliance on energy absorption to and susceptibility to magic. So she's kind of like Superman in that way. But her resilience and determination, I think, make her a character that people really dig, and it helps her cosmic challenges and formidable adversaries to overcome. But she's a dope character, I think, and Carol Danvers as Binary represents a significant evolution in her character arc. It sort of showcases her transition from Earth hero to cosmic force, and when she is Binary, it's definitely a big chapter in her career, which sort of highlights her adaptability and willingness to embrace her cosmic heritage. And she becomes Captain Marvel again. The Binary legacy is definitely still enduring and leaving a mark on the cosmic comic universe. So definitely I see future generations exploiting her character for other movies and shit. But the quantum bands in the comics, I mean, it's a way they're very, very, very powerful, revered artifacts in Marvel Comics lore. They're instruments of immense power, kind of like the Gauntlet, the Infinity Gauntlet, shit like that. They were crafted by the cosmic entity Eon. You got Eon and you got Eternity. They're cosmic entities. And these bands are worn on the wrist and basically serve as conduits for the quantum energy. And they bestow them on worthy individuals. And the quantum bands grant their wielder all these abilities and shit. And flight, enhanced power, and all that manipulation of cosmic energies.
Kane got his hands on them at one point too. I forget what issue it was. He was trying to search for those bands himself so he can stroll the universe and manipulate. Forget what comic that was, but those bands, they're definitely like Infinity Stones, but also who else had the bands besides her? I think didn't what's his name? Warlock, didn't he held the bands for a few?
Adam Warlock, yeah, and not Century or
Marvel, no, not Marvel.
What's his name? I can't think of it right now, but yeah, they've been worn by dudes, male characters that I can't think of, but yeah, Adam Warlock, I think had him. But
yeah, definitely. We got a lot in store. If they do it right, we'll have an abundance of good tiebacks to comic book lore, as well as maybe some updates in stories to fit, I guess their whatever narrative they want to put out there. But
right,
I think it's just we just gotta wait and see. Can't judge it early. Can't do none of that. Just go to the movies and see it. Do it for yourself. I think it's
basically. Yep, I said basically. That's it.
Yeah. Judge it and see if they stick to certain points, or maybe see the Easter eggs that's in it for a more expanded universe that they're trying to pull off. Because it seems like a lot of these studios they get off on making sequels and things of that nature. So, and they're trying to mimic the star, not the star power, but mimic the run they had earlier with the whole piecing all the universes together, little stories, and then one big event. So I think that's the motivation now, is to create these big events, but also have solid stories to go off of leading up to that once again. Just like in comic books, in the comic books, they're doing a format, but it's just getting the story tight enough for the hardcore comic heads as well as the casual book heads.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's it. That's our trailer, guys. We're gonna wrap it up, but yeah, I mean, we definitely broke down a lot. We got the Cassandra Nova is revealed as the villain, so we know who that is. We see her in action finally. We get to see her talk and see kind of her, move around. Loki's Alioth will appear, the big purple cloud guy, the big the Nothing. A prominent theory after the release of Deadpool Wolverine's trailer was that Alioth, the time monster from Loki, would feature in the film, and it's definitely all over this trailer. So, and then of course Dogpool is happening. That was one of the theories that we know. And there's going to be some sorcerer, because we've definitely got sling rings going on. So someone's doing some portaling, and Lady Deathstrike and Azazel, Pyro, a lot of really great villains are now confirmed. We see them in the trailer, so that's fucking dope. And then last but not least, Ant-Man's giant body, big reveal there, showing that return of an Avenger. We got Ant-Man, and in the trailer's last moments, you do see Cassandra Nova leaving her base of operations in the void. Interestingly, the base is built into the skull of Scott Lang, Ant-Man. Clearly visible, the helmet, of course, Anlan, but you can actually see the skull inside the helmet as it opens. And Yeah, this reveal proves a few things about this movie. For one, it confirms that the TVA has pruned a version of Ant-Man, killed Scott Lang at some point across the Marvel universe. Another thing it proves is that Deadpool and Wolverine will include several MCU Easter eggs throughout the film that tie into the franchise's bigger characters and upcoming joints. Now, finally, it does prove that Cassandra Nova is truly evil, which, if you know anything about her character, you already know. And of course, the Deadpool Wolverine trailer shows her operating out of the decomposed skull of Scott Lang. So she's definitely embracing her evil ass style. But yeah, man, it's very exciting, dog. So I'm very excited. Yes, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
But that's our show, y'all. We chopped it up, we diced it up, we dissected it, we got into it, and I think we got to the bottom of it. It's gonna be phenomenal. Thank you guys for coming to another Monday, and we do have a lot of mutant shit to go over here one of these days. I think next Monday will be a mutant Monday because we got a lot to cover. There's a lot of mutant stuff going on in Marvel because Marvel, not just this movie, they're gearing up for the MCU for the mutants. The mutants they're really trying to stir up mutant mutant mania. So they're all over video games, shows, comics, cartoons, everything. So we're gonna see a lot more of the mutants in the next future. So we'll definitely chop that up next Monday. But until then, guys, have a good week. We'll see you guys Saturday for DC Power Hour. And Stu Dog might be back from Brazil at that point and join us again. So everybody, man, thank you. Salute for chilling. Mighty Rax, what up, man? Stu Dog, peace. Everybody chilled and said what's up in the chat. Word. Slim Jim.
They got those bull rings in Brazil, man. Check them out.
Look for them joints. See what they got.
Yeah.
See what classifieds are at Target in Brazil. Shout out to Fresno Nerds, Corey Adger, Mike Hags. Hags, my bad. Angelo Bolano, salute. And y'all have a good, safe weekend or week rather. And yes, man. Peace.
Peace.